Or, you know, really, unimportant advanced lyricism because, it's just advancing on you. And, yeah. So this one, we're just examining the fact that, it's really, something I haven't really noticed, but it's quietness, which is before and after every single word. And it's something that definitely has an ignorance in between, words. And there has to be some form of insertion of the ink in these words. And in these words, um, there's like probably about 7 to 10 different paths that you can take, using extra pronunciations. This one I'm looking at only is just the fact that we can use plurals on every single word, and it does kind of trap you, in a spot. It has to be a question, before you say something. It's kind of like when you do, stacking, and when you do, when you record a track, and then it has, the asking question in the part with that little extra person going over it. Is what this does, is it asks the question to, the person as they're asking the question. This one is how many is how many. How many, 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 and then someone, will get horny at that point, and they'll get obsessed with saying harmony to the person, and it sounds like harmony, and then they get stuck in that part, and then they only say harmony when they're asking a question. And say when you use words like that, you do, have a lock. I mean, there's not really anything else to say about it, but when I say, let's use words to integrate ours, that's either one word when it bunches up and becomes one word, or it is actually, a bunch of different small words, and it would be let's is, but it would say the word would be a let. You have to ask the question, and it continues down, use, uses, but the S's would be silent in this, but it would be the most pronounced. So the S would be the only thing pronounced. And a good way for you to study, this type of crap, is that, I'd probably say it's just Mexicans trying to get through in a border and asking questions, or somebody trying to get away with some weed, gets pulled over, and then someone uses all these, but then another cop, doesn't use all these. And sometimes they'll have a trail, where they'll both line up, and people will use only S's on the end of their words. And, it basically teaches you that, the small little amounts in the, just adding in the literal, metaphorical, real sense of the real words when they, get into a little line, and they can't, that the word actually is words, but it would be asked in how many words. And there's other questions you can ask on each one of these, so you could say, even though this, like, what kind of words is it? It's a let. You would say that what word is it? And you would say, like, what word, how many? And they would say let's, or what they're using, and then they can only speak this way. And then when they run into someone who has a different motive or something they don't like, then they wouldn't be able to get caught doing this. And, basically it kind of helps people that, for example, like if there's, I mean, I can just give you many, explanations, but interrupting other people, two sets of people that use this can interrupt others, using the same, fabric, and it looks like they're not interrupting each other or other people. And, it also gives a hierarchy, so, that person that uses this, enter into the harmony, which would be how many, but these are probably hominies, that there's no S. And, yeah, so, that's just an observation, and I think it's interesting.